welcome to the video. Thanks for tuning in. Doing a scrap breakdown, what's inside scrap breakdown video. If you haven't seen one of these of mine anyway before, if you are new to the channel, basically I'm a garbage picker. I like to do a little street scrapping. That's how I recover almost all my scrap metal. And when it's an interesting item or an item that I've not all that familiar with, I always take a chance on it, and I like to break it down, see what's inside. That way I know the next time I come across one or something similar, I'll have a better idea of what's inside of it, and I'll know if it's worth my time or not. Most of the time I end up taking it no matter what it is, but so then I like to document it, put it on YouTube. That way if you come across something very similar to it, you have a little bit better idea of what's inside, and you can figure out if it's worth your own time. So here we go. This one we took a chance on. It's old school. I mean, it seems older school to me. It's like the thing for a hospital bed, I guess. You know, call the nurse, use the television. That's what it looks like to me. We've got some pins here, audio component there, has a speaker, so that's, you know, someone from another room calling in to check on you, I guess. Volume control. Looks like 4 speakers. I don't know what you call this, and I don't know how to pronounce this brand. It's a brand I'm unfamiliar with. It's got sex in it, so there you go. And bad speaker, a date of 2007. So at that point it went bad. Who knows how old this thing is. The older the electronics, normally the better the chance of there being some good stuff in it. What are we looking for today? Well, we've got a little bit of cable here, so hopefully some little copper. I'm going to be looking for gold or silver in this. Again, older electronic, hopefully looking for gold or silver. We've obviously got some brass right here off the go. So let's do it. And I've just got 4 quick screws, probably. Might have to pop that off. And we may pop it off just for fun with a hammer. It's always fun to smash things, but let's get these 4 screws, get this back off, and we'll take our first look. Got those screws off. Let's give it a quick flip, and we're going to use our hammer here, and we're just going to give it a little smash. I don't want to do it too hard because if there's some gold boards in there or something, I don't want to break off any important pieces, but I'm just going to give it a smack. There we go. And that was a tease. We're going to have to do a few more screws. Got some foam. Yuck. All right, now let's take a look. There probably isn't really a whole lot to this. I mean, it's a pretty simple function of a piece. And that's it. All right, we got a knob here that probably doesn't have anything. We got a little bit of wires. Got a speaker I could have done without. So these are going to be our switches. So let's pull one of these off, and we'll see if we've got any silver contacts in them. There's 2 ways you can do this. I haven't went through and broke down every switch yet. So what I do a lot when I come across switches, I just pull them all off and I put them in a bucket to mess with later. So I'm going to show you first how to do that, which a pair of snippers goes a long way. Real easy. You normally just pull them right off, and there they go. On this particular board, because I'm looking for any weight I can on a completely worthless green board, I want to try to get some of that plastic. So you can snip right here on these and try to just cut this in half right here on this seal. It breaks that. Sometimes these little pieces go flying, and because we're talking about, you know, very small silver contacts or copper contacts, there is a chance they could go flying. I don't do it a lot. When I do it, I normally will do it in a like in an empty box or in an empty bucket or something like that, so that if it does go flying off, it's contained. So we're not going to worry about that this time. I'm going to try to shield it with my hand. There we go. So there's the little piece of copper in there, and there's going to be a contact on that. You can kind of see that little dot on there. Our little springs. We're doing some serious micro scrapping here. right, the last thing I need to do here is to cut the end off my cable. My scrap yard, I have to cut those off. I can sell this for as dirty brass. I'm gonna leave that bigger piece on to sell this as to help make my case for dirty brass. It's a hard one, or it's one of those rubber ones. If it was plastic, I'd try to smack it along that seal, but that's, I mean, you don't want to mess with that. Not worth anybody's time. It's definitely not worth my time. So that's it. I mean, nothing in this thing at all. No precious metals whatsoever, really. We got a worthless board. I mean, completely worthless. It's just basically plastic. We got one speaker, a little bit of shred, this one hunk of little dirty brass, more plastic. Our cable was the best thing in there, and then we got 4 switches that were microscopic. So if I see one of these again, will I go to the trouble of breaking it down, or will I snip the cord and move on with my life? You know, I probably should just snip the cord and move on. I should have done that this time. I have so much other things to break down, so much other scrapping to do. But you know, I keep hoarding away on these little switches. So now I know there's 4 in there. It really only took a minute to kind of do. So I don't know. Well, I'd probably break it open again. I don't think most people will, or most people would or should. Again, this is most of your life, and then, you know, if it's your light iron price, I'd just throw that whole thing in my light iron actually after I snipped it. So there you go. That one was a dud if you ask me, minus that cable. But old medical equipment, although it is a very small thing, this hospital bed or medical bed, kind of remote, I guess is what that was. I thought I'd take a chance on it. That's how it works. Sometimes you find good stuff, sometimes you don't. If you got any questions, let me know. If you got any advice, tips, let me know. If you found anything like this and had better results, if you got a cool story, feel free to share it with me. Thanks for watching. Check out my other playlist. Check out the channel. I'd appreciate any of that liking, subscribing, and all that cool stuff. As always, thanks again, and happy scrapping. Thank you. Thank you very much.